Like it's literally showing that I'm talking. Like it's literally showing that I'm talking. Okay, bet. Like it's literally showing that I'm. Bet. You can hear me. Thank God. All right. Let me make sure you can hear me when we switch screens. To this shit is fucking pissing me off. As you can see, this is what we're gonna be watching today. I forgot to get to the uncensored. I like watching the uncensored versions because they be a little bit more. Yeah, I'll try to get to the uncensored version because they be a little bit more. I'll try to get to the uncensored longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna continue off of that. But yeah, welcome back, my guys. What's good? It will be Thanksgiving tomorrow, so y'all make sure you are thankful for everything that you have gotten this year. Yeah, just make sure you're thankful for everything that you have gotten this year. And we're gonna get into something nice today. This is gonna be part 3 of the damn Ohio State video. This shit is a long ass video. Still, we only an hour into it. And then we're gonna get into the Jack, Neel, and Nick Fuentes interview that I did yesterday. So let's get right into it. All right, because we don't have a lot of time.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok. All right. Now, first video we're gonna get into is this one right here, the Ohio State video.
I want to comment on what you said earlier about being 35, waiting till marriage until you're 35. What do you say to someone like me who's 26 and
look, if you have your stuff together and she's adding value and she's a good woman and you think, hey, I've done my vetting, I've been with her for a year or two, she's adds value to my life versus taking it, I'm not opposed to that, right? Like if you have 20 bodies, like I'm not going to tell you, oh, sorry, bro, you got to do another 30. You didn't hit that number. Yeah. If she's the right one, she's the right one. These are just very loose parameters because I know for most men, what ends up happening is guys get into relationships with girls. They're not experienced and they get finessed. I mean, any of you guys know that fucking stupid G, Akash Singh from Flagrant? Yeah, he was talking shit to me 3 years ago saying, oh, well, this is my first woman. Because they basically brought us on their podcast to like lecture us on women and how we're like misogynist or whatever, or racist, which I am. But anyway, Schultz is a fucking cuck. But his wife literally came out like she was like talking about how she like was having sex in college and being a whore, all this other shit, and she was told him, oh, I was a virgin when we got married. So she fucking lied to him. It's all over my Twitter if you guys want to make fun of him for it. But that's precisely what I don't want men to be, where it's like they're a virgin when they get married. They think that their wife is pure and good, but in reality she was a whore before that, and that will fuck them up because promiscuous women tend to have really bad habits that are not conducive to a good long-term relationship. So I just want guys to go into that relationship with their eyes wide open because at the end of the day, we're the ones that take all the risk. It's not these women. You know what I mean? They don't take any. They want to get married. They want to go ahead and walk down the aisle and get married. But the problem is that they don't want to be your wife.
Right.
So
they want to take the picture. They want to get on Instagram. They want to show everybody, but they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. Like, problem.
The issue and why I tell guys to go in with their eyes wide open. So look, if you're in a position where she's a good girl and you got your shit together, go for it. But you got to do it in a way where you mitigate as much risk. Also, I highly suggest you don't get married with the state involved. Do it religiously only.
Gotcha. I like somewhat want to help the other guy earlier. He was talking about the gays and like why you said it was so bad to like keep them away. Or what do you have for like all the groups? What would you say for like the good ones? Like he was trying to get that out there, and like for like.
No, we don't need to be seeing that.
Little or as many good Jews, gays. Like, what do you say to those people that are actually doing not? For example, if the gays like not doing anything bad, they're just living their life.
Oh no, there's some sensible gay people. Like there are. Like let me be clear. Like I've met some sensible gay people that like totally like agree. Like yeah, no, like we should never like this open homosexuality should never be around kids. Like there's a lot of sensible ones right that tend to be a bit more conservative. but obviously it's still a problem that we need to fix. It's a small one, right? Let's be honest. Like I think the conservatives tend to like really overrepresent trannies and the homosexual community, right? Because it gets clicks. But the reality is it is still a problem.
But doesn't that counter your point where they should be all in like one area away from society?
Well, I'm a bit more right-leaning on that. I'm saying when I say it's sensible, I mean as in like they understand that being around kids is a problem. But yeah, are they going to want to be in their own section of town? Probably not. Maybe.
Right, so
I don't know.
That's goes against what you just said earlier.
It depends on who it is. But some of them are sensible and get it. My biggest thing is I just don't want their PDA and their homosexuality openly in front of kids. That's my thing.
Okay, cool. That's all I got. Thank you, Myron.
All right, no problem.
I don't know why everybody's advocating for PDA in front of kids. I don't get it.
How's it going?
Public.
Don't worry, guys. I'm here all night, bro. So don't worry, guys. We're gonna be, as long as they don't kick us out, we're here.
I don't really have anything to add to the Cringe Fest. I just want to
cut
be
that guy out. No, I'm just
productive.
kidding.
I'm a dental student here, third-year dental student. If anyone needs cheap dental work, I do fillings, crowns, cleanings, dentures. Anthony Thompson, Instagram, you can find me. I know healthcare is hard to find out here, so dental work.
All right, bro came out to shout out dental work. Okay. Hey, well, having good teeth is important, guys. So.
Can I talk? Yo, Myron, bro.
Yo.
Myron. So I've only known you for like 20 minutes now. I've been here.
Okay.
I keep hearing you say this stuff about women. I think it's a joke, but
I think it's a joke, but I want to say his mom is black.
just asking. Do you actually think women are all stupid, or like?
Well, I never said all, but a lot of them are.
So where does that start? Like, is that just this generation, or is that like been going on for a while?
Yeah,
it's been like that since Eve. Eve made it like that. When she bit the apple and her dumb ass listened to a snake. That's what happened.
been retarded forever. But I mean,
Stupid. So
yeah.
my question is, like, does that include your mom? Does that make your mom retarded? Like, does that include everyone around, like your sisters, your mom?
Yeah, women are stupid. Yeah, they do dumb shit, bro. I mean, like my mom is pretty base because she comes from a different
My sisters are really dumb. Like, I'm trying to tell you.
part of the world and she gets it, right?
Yeah.
But she was actually the one that like red pilled me on a lot of this stuff. But when it comes to women in general, especially like modern women today, retarded, bro.
Yeah, bro. Also, I have a question. I know you were good friends with Charlie Kirk, right?
I knew him. We weren't like good friends. He was actually supposed to come on our show towards the end of the year, and tragically, obviously, that didn't happen. But rest in peace to Charlie.
Okay, I see. But yeah. So my friend and I, like, we're always on TikTok, the internet. Do you have like an example? Yeah, bro. So like we've been seeing some like disrespectful, or you could call it disrespectful. I don't know. I have no opinion.
Yeah,
on
a lot of people were celebrating
But
his
they're
death.
making like stuff like Kirkification. I don't know if you heard that. They're putting like glizzy.
The what?
They're like, it's like this trend on TikTok, right? It's like pretty disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
They're taking his face and they're putting it on like a bunch of different pictures.
It's like glizzies and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
glizzies in his mouth.
Yeah, no, I mean people are
So,
weird, bro.
What do you think of that?
What do you think
My
of
thing is-
Kirk with glizzies in his mouth? These niggas playing this shit, okay? There's no way. This isn't like this is playing. There's no way niggas came up here and was like, let's oh yeah, show them that. No. Niggas was like, bro, we're about to go up there show them this nigga with glizzies. Like, these niggas think they smart. Oh man.
Making fun of
You
people.
see him trying to be like, this nigga's trying not to laugh. It's so funny. Like, the what they doing to Charlie Kirk is not funny, but I know niggas. And this nigga, once he said, I've known you for 20 minutes, it lets me know he was a cuck, because he's not trying to learn the truth about the world. And if he was trying to learn the truth about the world, he would start learning about people telling the truth about the world. Do you see what I'm saying? So, lets me know he's stuck in the fucking dark. Once he said that, I knew he was gonna say some dumb shit. But doing this is crazy.
People that passed away, especially in a way that he passed away, like goes to show, a lot of people on the left in general are
Like, he's trying so hard not to laugh. It's so corny.
progressives are they want.
I don't know why he keeps, but the point is, like, he's trying to, like, show it. Like, I don't get niggas. Niggas don't have nothing better to do. Them white bitches not gonna fuck you because of that, bro. I promise you, they're not going to.
Is dead, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never celebrate the death of a political opponent. Like, that's just weird to me.
So what do you say to people who like make these pictures?
He's still holding the fucking picture up. Like, such a weirdo, bro. He's such a weirdo. Such a weirdo. These are the niggas that y'all consider funny, cool, exciting. These are dumbass. You know what? I'm not even gonna get in. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve. I'm not even gonna. It's a bunch of niggatry going on. Okay.
Like who made this picture right here?
Find God, man.
Also, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, you know how people have controversy over like who killed Charlie Kirk and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You think the media would have had a different perspective on it if someone like who looked like me, who's Muslim and who's black, would have killed him?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been crazy if that happened.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's all I wanted to ask, bro.
All right, no worries.
Hey, stupid. Start slow motion.
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV?
What's going on, Myron?
Yo.
My brother put me on to the podcast probably like 2022. Just want to say, bro, I agree with like everything that you say. I think you're great.
Thank you, man.
All
Appreciate
this. I'm gonna be on the podcast one day. I'm gonna make my own channel. I'm gonna get there one day.
Okay.
But as of right now, I want to say, as somebody, at first I'm like,
nigga is capping out his ass. He's not get. Nigga, that next seat is mine. No, let me stop glazing. Niggas glazing too hard. It's not that serious, guys. Don't worry, y'all gonna see me with all these niggas. Marquette, Nick, Sneako, all these niggas. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, my fucking eyes. I'm gonna be the black friend. That is.
my generation's cooked, right? But seeing as much people come here and agree with you, shout out Ohio State.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I didn't see that in the Penn State videos, none of that. But anyways, besides that, I want to say, I just don't understand how everybody around here hates what they call hoflation, but they don't realize that them being simps is what causes it, and them being cucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just you know, it's just retarded. Like,
Well, the reality is women have zero incentive to improve because they don't have to.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's no.
Bro just came up here to get that off his chest. He was tired. One of these bitches wasn't fucking, and she was acting like a bob. And we know she a bob, and he just had to get that off his chest real quick. He was a little frustrated. I get it, brother.
Incentive for them to change their behavior, stop being 304, stop extracting value and being useless for men. There's zero incentive because they get everything that they want. So,
Exactly.
you know, that's, if anything, that's why it's so important for guys to be red pill aware and understand how women really move so they can navigate it appropriately.
Yeah, but for sure, man. We gotta get these hoes back in the kitchen, man.
I'm telling you, man.
But, besides that, my fault. Got one more question.
Yeah.
For somebody like me who is like, I wouldn't say like woke in this generation, but somebody who just, I feel like, I don't want to say right because like what is right, but to my beliefs and
Nigga said, "What is right?" Nigga, do you read the Bible?
people
Do you
think
have a God? Do you have a religion? The fuck? You should know what right is.
like us being in like my generation, like if you were made, I'm 19 years old, like my
Yep.
generation, I would say is cooked, like I said. How does somebody like me get in a position like somebody like you and stay away from all this bullshit, all this transgender, whatever, all that
Yeah,
stuff,
I mean,
you know?
you know, you just put your nose to the ground and work really hard. I know that sounds really corny and nobody likes to hear that.
No, I know.
But, you know, a big reason why I've been able to, you know, be pretty popular and resonate with a lot of people is because, like, I worked for a while. I had a real job, right? Obviously dealt with a lot of different struggles. So, like, when I come on, I talk, people are able to say, damn, I can, you know, relate to that. So I think that's a really important thing. If you want to be a creator, that is, like, you know, people being able to, like, be able to relate. But the biggest thing, man, is when I tell young guys, like, consistency plus time equals results every single time. So I know it's hard because you're distracted. You want to party, maybe you want to. So now you guys have this extra problem of social media. So it is hard to be focused as a guy, but like you just got to tune out the bullshit and like really.
Yeah, and what also sucks is most like people or most kids don't actually get to be kids. They have to be adults because, you know, their single mother doesn't know how to fucking, you know, keep a man. So she's always at work. So who's raising the kid? The streets. So what happens? They figure they have to be an adult quick. So then when they become an adult, they like, oh, I ain't never had no fun before. So now they doing dumbass shit as an adult, trying to have fun all the time because they ain't never had shit as a kid.
Stupid.
Shit is like math. I'm trying to tell you niggas. This shit is once you start like really learning shit about people and reading and being able to like read different people just by off of how they talk, it gets real easy to understand who got a mama and a daddy, who only got a mama, who, you know, it's pretty easy.
Grind. And I would argue like nowadays, like there's even more pressure on you guys to be successful because you guys don't stand a chance if you're not successful. Like at least like when I was growing up, we didn't have to compete with social media to get bitches. But now you guys got to compete with like some fucking sheikh in Dubai who's gonna give a chick like $100,000 to fly out. Like that changed the game. You know, like Instagram absolutely changed the game when it came to sexual inner dynamics.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I drove 2 hours from Cleveland right after work, bro. Appreciate your time. Fuck the Jews, baby.
Hey, man.
Yo.
Taking America back.
This nigga is sick. And they have this on Uncensored America with the commercials. What the fuck
No
am I getting banned for?
All right. I guess it's a Klan rally. Fuck it.
What up, Myron?
What's up, man?
You're here at Ohio State, so I had to ask the question, Julian Sayin or Jeremiah Smith for Heisman?
Say that again?
Julian Sayin, our quarterback, or our number one wide receiver, Jeremiah Smith.
I'll be honest, bro. I don't watch sports at all.
Ah, damn.
I don't watch sports at all, but I'll go.
Y'all still watching Nick Ball? Gaza's being destroyed. Sudan being overran. And you worried about Nick Ball. Y'all amazing, man. Y'all some really funny niggas.
With the Ohio guy, just for you.
They're both Ohio guys.
No,
right?
shit.
They both play for us.
I don't know. I honestly, this is kind of a hot take. I think sports are a waste of time, personally. Damn. I think watching professional sports or even college sports you could be doing a lot more productive stuff with that time. Damn. But look, if you watch sports, you know, I'm not gonna knock you. And I do understand that because I went to college too, guys. I went to Northeastern in Boston, so I understand like school pride and following your team and everything else like that. So I get that. But yeah, in general, I don't follow sports.
Damn. Okay.
No worries, man.
Waste of fucking time. Yeah, you could be doing a lot of shit. Such watching a nigga dunk a ball or catch it. All right.
Hey, cupcakes. It's time to follow the man.
When you get rich, you watch sports. Okay, that's when you go watch sports. When you get rich, go watch sports when you're rich.
Oh shit, the Arabs are back. Yo, somebody won these niggas, bro. The next thing you know, Allah Akbar, and then we all gone.
My bad, Myron. This question just popped up in my head. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
So with Erica Kirk, you know, giving her speech about what happened with her husband, but then afterwards leaving and then saying her husband has similarities with J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And you've seen her like kind of give her a hug and like kind of the feel. It's like, what do you think about that? You know,
what do you
like
think of women like that?
Yeah.
It was
your wife.
It was a little sus. I ain't gonna lie.
Right,
You know, I watched it like because the pictures look horrible. Right?
Yeah.
But anything if you take like a still could look wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
have you seen also the other videos where she's behind stage, kind of like wiping tears, like putting tears in her like eyes or kind of something like that?
Yeah, someone was saying that like she's like not really actually crying or something like that. I mean, look, you know, she lost her husband. Obviously, she's under an enormous amount of pressure. She's under a microscope. People are analyzing every single thing she does. So it's like, you know, I guess it's kind of unfortunate for her in that regard, but. You know, I'm not analyzing it too much, but yeah, I could see how people are like, yo, what the hell? And it still obviously does look bad. But I saw like the full video, like when she hugged him. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but I could see why people are like, dude, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, yeah.
It is. It could be weird, yeah.
If like, are you married?
No.
Do you ever plan to get married?
Not by
in the future, yes. But I'm
state.
going to definitely do it in a way where I can mitigate some of that risk because getting married in the United States nowadays is a very dangerous proposition.
So like if you died the way he did and like you like seen your wife doing that, like would you have the same reaction as you have now?
I come back from heaven.
If my wife did what she did?
Yeah, like if you
I would never leave everything to her. Like I'd have like another guy.
Oh yeah, that was the dumb part. I didn't know he lived that dumbass shit. Why would you do that dumbass shit? Gotta leave it to a smarter nigga, like a smart nigga.
I do it. She'd be focusing on the kids.
Facts.
I
Okay.
think she'd
I
have
one more
money,
question.
but not
so
the
when,
shit,
when
like the
a
fuck?
man like me, like I'm a Muslim man, we have to pay dowry to like the woman. How do you approach that? Because your whole like thing is that like women are hoes and whatnot.
Yeah.
How do you get a pure woman if you're gonna pay like 20,000-30,000 minimum, and a lot of these girls lie.
Yeah, you just got to give her like a really good goat instead. You know what I mean?
So like,
nah, I'm just
They said a
kidding.
really
Nah,
good goat.
look for all my Middle Eastern brethren here. Yeah, I would say really start looking at going back to the Middle East to find your wife, bro. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. Like you might have to go back to the Middle
no,
East.
but hey, they're
to do
even
that.
worse there. You think they're better there, but hey, some of
No,
them
a lot of them are thoughts.
pretty bad.
especially Moroccan bitches. But like, yeah, like you know what I mean.
All
But
I know is Myron, me and you, we gotta go together back there. Man.
Hey,
Yeah, like-
I need you to find me a wife back there, cause I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. These girls, they lie a little too good.
yeah, dude. Like I genuinely think like if you're that worried about that, like, and you have the ability and access, you might have to go back to the Middle East, bro.
Facts, bro. These girls here, they're not.
Yeah,
it, bro.
it's kind of cooked here. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
kind of scary, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of cooked.
Yeah,
Myron, you the man, bro. You
All right,
the
man.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
It's done here, bro. It's not.
All right.
It is filleted here. Okay, it is
Oh,
nothing.
shit, we got invaded by the Arabs.
There's nothing left here. Okay, guys, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, we're cooked over here. So unless you like fighting for your food, stay your ass out.
Bro, what's going on here?
I'm not Arab.
Nah, just kidding.
I
What's
first
up?
I
I'm
just
not
wanna say
Arab.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, I wanted to ask, are you from Sudan originally?
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask.
Well, I
your
was
thoughts.
born here, but my family's from Sudan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. I just wanted to ask your thoughts on what's happening over there. I know you go to Dubai a lot. I don't know if you think they have like a play in what's happening over there.
My thoughts on Sudan, what's going on? It's terrible.
UAE is funding
obviously
it.
a civil war between two different military factions. It's been going on for a very long time, right? I've been
And
familiar
I
with that. I've
think
talked about it a few times
Russia
on my
is
show, and it
funding
sucks
it.
that it doesn't get more press coverage. It's finally starting to get some coverage now. But yeah, the things that have been going on in Sudan are horrible. And both parties, Hameti and the other guy, are both war criminals. And, at the end of the day, the people of Sudan are the ones that are suffering because these two idiots, can't come to an agreement and, have some type of democracy. And, none of them want to give up power, which is the problem.
Yeah, I hope your family's safe out there. I had another question.
Yeah.
I saw that online. You said something about.
What does this monkey
You
want?
said you were.
Hold up, y'all. Fucking all right.
You were mad at Muslims praying in Times Square in public. So I just
I'm
want-
not mad at it. I just don't think it's appropriate.
Why is that not appropriate?
Well, as guests here, nice hat. I like it. What does that say? Make America great again?
Yes.
Yeah. I think as Muslims, we're the minority and we're guests here. And I think praying in culturally significant locations in the United States with cameras and loudspeakers and, that can be looked at in a negative fashion by others. And I don't think it's really necessary.
Okay, so you're just saying that it might put a bad perception. Sorry. You're saying it might put a bad perception on Muslims for doing something like that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Because the reality is, let's be very candid here. Americans are already very perturbed by Islamic influence in the United States, right, after 9/11. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, that's all a bunch of Jewish propaganda, which I actually agree with, that, like, Jews push out a lot of propaganda that's anti-Muslim to, whether it's the war on terror and all this other shit. But if we know that that is a problem, right, and that they've been pushing out this Hizbar for a very long time, are we going to exacerbate the problem and confirm the stereotypes? Or are we going to go ahead and, worship in a manner that's respectful to the host nation and the host people? Because I truly do think that America is a Christian country, right? And a lot of Muslim scholars even agree with this, right? When they asked, I think Hasim Amim or something like that, he, someone asked him, hey, can we eat meat in the United States? Can we eat at McDonald's, et cetera, as a halal? And he said, yes, you can, because America's a Christian country.
Right.
So, if scholars are even admitting that America's a Muslim country when it comes to the concept of, like, eating meat here, if it's halal, I mean, I think that's very true. And one thing we can at least agree on, even if people want to say it's not a Christian country, that it's definitely not a Muslim country. Because if we went ahead and we flipped the script, and I always say this to the Muslims that get mad at me when I say this, if we took 100 Christians and had them go pray in front of the Burj Khalifa in UAE, there'd be problems. They would kick them out immediately.
I don't think so.
they would absolutely kick them out, bro. And the UAE, even though it's a fairly secular Muslim country, if 100 Christians lined up and prayed in front of the Burj Khalifa, there'd be problems, bro. They tell them get out of here, at bare minimum. They would not allow that.
Okay, and then what are your thoughts on all the Muslims running for in the recent elections? You know, Zahran Mamdani. If anyone's from Columbus here in Hilliard, we actually have a Muslim sister who won the election here.
My thing is, you know, it just got to be they got to be America first, America only patriots, right? Like, you know, we don't want to run into the same problem where these people are, you know, legislating laws that benefit a foreign country or enacting things that benefit a foreign country. I think, you know, obviously Muslims can absolutely serve the United States and be patriots, but we just got to make sure that we do that so we don't run into the same problem or become the Zionists that we complain about all the time.
Yeah. And one last thing, I just wanted to ask, do you have any message to all the Zionists who are out here tonight?
For all the Zionists out here?
Yeah.
Hey, man, your country sucks. I don't know what to really, you know, Israel sucks. So.
Yeah, thank you, Sonic.
All right, man, no worries, bro.
This holiday, shop and save up to 50% off gifts they've always loved. With
That would
Chewy.
mean my family, you know, just breaks
So I
down.
wanted a new
and
credit card,
crashes
not a
for
hit to
some
my
reason.
credit.
I don't know why.
Good thing Experian has no ding decline. They matched me with card.
Do we got any disagreeers, by the way? If we got any disagreeers, we want you guys to come up. So if anyone is like a feminist or, you know, believes in systemic racism or I see like one or two.
Israel, Palestine.
What's up, Ed?
Hey, how's it going? I had a question. So I know we were talking a lot about Israel, Palestine, some other issues. Another one I want to talk about is I'm Ukrainian. I want to ask what your opinion on the whole war is.
Well, Ukraine?
Yes, Ukraine. Because I know you're, I assume you support Palestine being Muslim with a whole genocide.
Yep.
And I don't know if the view that it's a very similar situation in Ukraine with Russia going after Ukraine. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the problem in Ukraine is simply the United States and NATO being too invasive, right? We kind of made that problem ourselves by, you know, constantly expanding NATO, lying to the Russians. And
But shouldn't we give Ukraine some headway since we did give up our bombs for protection from Russia?
Say that again?
We gave up our nukes for protection from Russia. Was that not part of the 1992?
Yeah, no. That was a part of it. But again, it's a difficult situation because, let's be honest, if China came to Mexico and tried to, you know, set up base there or put missiles there or set up any type of shop there, we'd be in there the next day, right? So we can't be mad that another nuclear armed superpower is concerned with our influence getting closer and closer to Moscow. So I think that's a failure when it comes to U.S. foreign policy, when it comes to Ukraine. I think like Ukraine is kind of caught in the middle of a power between a fight between two different, you know, world powers, and it's very unfortunate that, you know, things are going on the way that they're going on right now, and that this conflict is still going on almost. It's going to be 4 years in a month or in a couple months, which is nuts.
But does that mean that we should just give up just because, like you said with the whole Mexico thing, that we would that Mexico should just, or China, whatever, would just give up just because that it's a world power right there, that these people are dying, that we should just let them die just because it doesn't sound in our interest?
Well, we have two options. We can continue the conflict as is and continue to have thousands of men die on both sides, or we can concede, end the conflict now, let Russia have the territory it has, promise no more NATO expansion, and kind of salvage what we still have. Because the longer the conflict goes on, the better it is for the Russians.
I would agree with that statement, but what's to say Russia wouldn't just continue pushing in after in a year or something? Because that's what happened in 2014. Is they came in, they took that in Crimea, then the war kind of paused because of this similar situation, and then 7 years later or whatever, Biden came in and it began. Who's to say it's not going to start again?
And I mean, this is again really bad foreign policy by the United States. The Maidan revolution started this problem, right? So everyone thinks the war started 2022. It really started 2014 with us running a coup in Ukraine and destabilizing and all this other stuff. And, you know, this is honestly what we're seeing is like a backfiring of really bad American foreign policy is what we're seeing with what's going on in Ukraine. This is what happens when you run coups and you do dumb shit, and that's what's happening. And it's very unfortunate that, you know, this conflict has been going on as long as it has and as many people have died. But I think that's an inherent risk. If we want to actually make peace, you have to take that risk of, hey, let's kind of figure out a way. Maybe we draw the enemy lines here where it's like, okay, you guys keep the territory you have. We concede that. And then you would hope that diplomacy keeps them from continuing to push forward.
How long do you foresee this going?
Man, it can go. It's weird because it's like we're in a position now where it could end or it could go even longer. So it's very difficult to foresee, because Trump is even having a hard time of dealing with Putin and stuff like that. And that's, Ukraine is literally like a shining beacon in what bad foreign policy can lead to, which we're seeing it now.
All right. Thank you so much.
No worries, man.
All right, now let's get into this Jack, Neel, and Nick Fuentes podcast. See what these niggas is talking about.
It's a pleasure to have you here, man. Guys, we are in an undisclosed warehouse right now. It's a little sketchy in here, but we thought it looked cool. So, Nick, you're banned on most social media platforms. You're on a no-fly list. Your bank accounts are frozen. You're investigated by the FBI, and you even had someone try to come to your house to kill you. What exactly did you say that made you so dangerous?
Well, from the very beginning, the first thing that I said is that Israel is not our closest ally with the United States. And what is interesting is that so much has happened since that happened, which was about 8 years ago. And I guess it's important to understand how these things take place.
Imagine just saying Israel's not our greatest ally, get you canceled from everywhere and banned and abandoned, and you can't even have a bank, you can't fly. That's crazy.
Which is that, for example, somebody showed up to my house with a gun trying to kill me because I said that after the election, I said, your body, my choice, which is like a twist on my body, my choice. I got doxxed. But my address had been on the internet because the SPLC posted it. Southern Poverty Law Center. This is one of these liberal outfits. They posted a photo of my house on their website. And this is, by the way, one of the richest nonprofits on the left. They're up there with the ADL. They're very wealthy, very powerful. It's important to understand, they put the address out there, and crazy liberals, leftists got that, and they attacked my house because of something I said on Twitter. But it's important to know that I was targeted first by the SPLC, by the ADL. This is why my address is out there. This is why I was branded at one time a white supremacist and a white nationalist. And a lot of people don't understand that that is really the anatomy of how somebody is canceled, is you say something that is against, let's say, the hegemonic left. You say something that is against the most powerful global special interests. And people don't realize it works this way. So like, for example, you'll say, Israel's not our closest ally. And then a group like the ADL, which is a group, they're called Anti-Defamation League. They're against the defamation of Jewish people. A group like that will identify you as an enemy of their special interest, which is the Israel lobby. They will pay somebody, not a significant amount of money, but they'll pay somebody a full-time salary to then follow you around, how you make your money, what you do for a living, your family, your employers, employees, friends, associates, and they start to poke and look for ways that they can hurt you, to persuade you to stop saying the things that you're saying. So in my case, from a very early age, I was not really controversial when I got started. I didn't really say anything that was that out there, but I was saying that Israel's not our ally. So they put somebody on me. In this case, it was Jared Holt at Right Wing Watch. Right Wing Watch is a subsidiary of People for the American Way, which is a Soros-funded nonprofit. So this guy would watch my show every...
And that's what some people don't really understand about the right wing of Israel. Like, they are fucking... The Likud party is fucking... I'm trying to tell you, they don't hire... That's what I'm saying, like, they wasn't hiring niggas to come kill you. They was coming to kill you. And you was gonna see their face and everything. Like, it's crazy shit.
Every night. He was paid to do this. It's his job. And he was paid to look for every time I said anything controversial, anything that sounded controversial, any joke that sounded offensive. And his job was then to clip what sounded bad, post it on Twitter, and say that represented that I'm a white nationalist, I'm an extremist, neo-Christian fanatic. And this has taken place over the course of 10 years. Ever since I was 18 years old, this is what I have been subjected to. And after 10 years, you get a profile as all your worst clips, all the things that could sound bad. All those things have been compiled over your entire career, and then they make you out to be a fanatic, a nut job, a hateful person. And so that's how I got the reputation as a white nationalist, all of the above. What they then do, of course, is they rile up their base. So the person that showed up at my house was a 23-year-old kid. I don't actually know what his motivation was. The police never told me. I imagine he was maybe feeling bad about the election. He showed up at my house about a month after that. Maybe he was upset about my tweet about abortion or feminism. But he was effectively sicked on me by these types of groups that built up that catalog of horrible things that engage in that reputational destruction. And so that's just a little insight into how this, it's sort of the anatomy of a smear, the anatomy of that kind of labeling and that kind of smear campaign.
And that's all people have to do to get people to get charged up to come kill you, is because all they have to say is, "Oh, that guy, he's a Nazi. He loves Hitler. He's a bad guy. He's not a human." They have to dehumanize you, and once they dehumanize you, they can come do whatever they want to. They won't feel bad because, oh, he wasn't human.
Who do you think invented cancel culture?
Cancel culture's been around forever. I think it's maybe a better way to say it is it's character assassination. And we live in an open society. I don't think there's a lot of assassinations anymore, although that's not really the case this year. Charlie Kirk was killed. They tried to kill Donald Trump. But generally speaking, we don't live in a very violent political order. So what they do now is they engage in reputational destruction, character assassination. If they don't like what you're saying, they go out there and they, like I said, they look for your worst moment, a bad joke, a salacious personal scandal, and then they air that out to hurt your reputation, to get you to apologize or stop saying what you're saying. And so I think that cancel culture has been around for a long time, but now the people that are using it the most, it is the billionaire political class. It is the oligarchs, effectively. Because you look at the most powerful people that are running our country, they have blood on their hand. They have blood on their hands. These are some of the worst people in the world. We're just now seeing some of the Jeffrey Epstein files come out. This is a notorious trafficker who rolls with underage girls, engages in blackmail. Of course, he dies under mysterious circumstances. He's friends with the most powerful people in the world. They're engaged in war crimes. They're engaged in corruption, bribery, lobbying. But billionaires are never canceled. It's always small-time political activists. It's always rogue congressmen like Thomas Massie or Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's an asymmetry, which is to say that it's always media money and power that are using reputational destruction against the weaker people typically that have very little influence or very little power. And they do that to silence dissent. So cancel culture is something that is used mainly by the powerful. It's asymmetric warfare.
You noted on your stream last night, it led me...
Because if you can control the minds of the masses, you can control everybody. I forgot if it was China or Japan where they were like burning old scriptures of like, because they wanted to stop they wanted to stop them from worshiping the old shit, and they wanted to start. So I forgot if it was China or Japan where they was burning the books, but yeah, burnt the whole library down, burnt all the scrolls, everything. He was like, "You're not gonna do that no more." So if you want to control the mind, if you want to control the masses, you got to control the mind.
To this logical conclusion that they kind of manufactured it in a way like, oh, this is racist, this is homophobic, this is transphobic. But really, the only effect you get is when you say something anti-Semitic, you know? Right. So, like, are you conspiratorial to the point where you believe that the whole thing was manufactured just so no one could say anything that was considered anti-Semitic by their standards?
I think it speaks to who wields the power in the country, because there's that famous adage, which is to learn who rules over you, learn who you're not allowed to criticize. That's attributed to Voltaire. Voltaire didn't say that, but nevertheless, It's very true. And it goes without saying, if you're at your job, you can't criticize your boss. You can't ridicule or attack your boss. Why? Your boss has power over you. If you offend him, he'll fire you. Similarly, in the United States, for roughly the last 10 or 15 years, it was very acceptable to attack straight white men, Christians. They were the butt of every joke. You could make fun of Southerners. You could make fun of hillbillies with Southern accents. You could make fun of white people for not having a culture, not being able to dance, attribute all the evils of the world to white people, or Christians for that matter. You were not allowed to criticize racial and religious and ethnic minorities. You couldn't criticize blacks, Hispanics, Asians. Couldn't talk about mass migration. What has changed in the past year, though, is that it seems that some of the political correctness concerning the minorities has gone away. And in the past year, it seems now you're able to talk a little bit more openly about, let's say, black crime. People talk about black fatigue. You're able to talk more about illegal immigration, which is largely an Hispanic issue. You're able to talk about Indians in a derogatory way. But what is interesting is that a year after the Trump revolution in 24, Trump gets back in, political correctness seems to be dead. You look across the board, you can still criticize white people, and the left frequently does. Now you're able to criticize non-white people and the racial ethnic minorities. But the one group you're still not allowed to criticize is Jews. If you're called racist, that gets laughed off now. If you're called anti-white, well, you know, the left is pretty openly anti-white.
They might celebrate
But to this day, you still cannot be, you know, so-called or in reality anti-Semitic. And if you're following the logic, you can't criticize the powerful, those that rule over you. That would seem to suggest that if you can't criticize, maybe they're the most powerful ethnic group in the United States of America. I think that's logical.
You can say
Nick, I do want to touch on that
can't say
in a
another
bit.
word. That's crazy.
First, I want to talk briefly about your backstory. I feel as though your interviews with Patrick Bet-David and Tucker kind of covered that fairly well. But
what I think about is like all our journeys we've come so far to get to here.
You done watched like 30 interviews.
Some similarity that you and I have is you're a fellow speech and debate kid, right? You won 4 competitions in extemporaneous speaking in 2015, which is basically like giving a political speech on the fly. Do you think like being a debate kid kind of made you the speaker you are? Or do you think you've kind of always had this interest?
I always had this interest. I always loved politics. Ever since I was 12 or 11 years old, it was always my thing. I started to get into it really because I was just curious about the world. You sort of start to develop your consciousness around that age. You could say when you're like 10, 11, 12 years old, start to become aware. And I just started to think about worldly things. I wanted to know about history. I wanted to know about politics. The 2012 election was coming up. And I was a very young boy, but I wanted to know what was happening. So I went all in and I read as much as I could. I really got into the libertarian stuff. I got into Milton Friedman, Thomas Sowell. And then in high school, I really did get into, like you said, extemporaneous speaking, speech team, Model UN.
Did you do that your senior year?
I did it the whole time I was in high school, yeah.
Got it. I was curious, did you ever, because it's a fairly leftist activity, did you ever lose any competitions or like get in beef with anyone over saying something controversial in that activity?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'll never forget, I was at sectionals or regionals. I think I won sectionals and maybe got to regionals my junior year. And they gave us, one of the topics I got for extemporaneous speaking was about Obama. And in the speech, I said Obama wasn't born in America. And I think every judge ranked me in last place just because I said that.
That makes sense.
It was very left wing, yeah.
I had a fairly similar experience with the activity. I did quite well, actually. Like, I was a national champion in it. So, like, that's why I was so nerdy and went through your stuff. And I was like, how was Nick in this activity? Because he's a great speaker, but I can't imagine him doing that well with libertarian or conservative beliefs. Did you ever get kicked off the team, or were they pretty cool with you overall?
They were cool. The coaches knew that I was extremely conservative, and they were very liberal, but they were pretty tolerant. Ironically, it was a bit more tolerant before Trump ran for office.
Right. Yeah.
For some reason, I think that things had been polarized at that point, but Trump just took it to another level. So as a libertarian conservative, They were fairly tolerant, and that was maybe a less radical viewpoint also. That was sort of before nationalism came to the center. But no, they were fairly tolerant.
I think you kind of hinted who has the power to silence someone like you. But can you kind of give me an organizational chart of influence as you see it?
Sure. So I frequently talk about how...
All right, guys. It is time for me to get out of here. I know this is a fast stream today. It's a short stream today, but I have to do some things. I might go live tomorrow just before Thanksgiving or early in the morning, just to, might do a long ass live just early in the morning just cause. And we have Friday. So, but yeah, I definitely got to go. You guys make sure you have a great Thanksgiving. Love all y'all. Be safe and don't do nothing stupid, please. I will see y'all boys maybe tomorrow, but definitely on Friday. Peace.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok.